Hey Damien, how's it going?
Doing good. How y'all doing today?
Good. Obviously tough news today with hearing the news for Hunt and Corbett. How is the offensive line room kind of reacting to that news, and what do you think is the approach going forward with Cade and Chandler?
Yeah. Well, that was some tough losses, Rob and Austin. So, we got the next man mentality up right now. I'm confident in Cabe and Chan, getting out there and doing the job. We coach up for that. So, the next man in line.
And then just one more real quick. Obviously the situation of the games the first 2 weeks is kind of distracted from the run game. Do you feel like that's still a part of this offense, or is that something that has to come along throughout, like over the next couple of weeks?
No, it definitely, our offense, we're a run team, just some stuff we just got to clean up, up front and get it together.
Thanks, Damien.
Hey, Damien. I wonder if you could talk a little bit more about losing your two colleagues there. When did you first realize that Corbett and Hunt were hurt?
Man, I saw it on the field when it happened to both of them. Rob went out first. I believe he took a impact to his left bicep, and I looked at him. He said he couldn't go no more. So, I said, yeah, it's serious. Then with Corb, he guy came and took him out. From his legs. So it's just football. Game that we play, we risk ourselves. So man, it was a tough loss for them. But like I said, the next man up, and I'm gonna be praying for them and their family, and just keep on going.
What was it like in in that last drive when you guys were trying to adjust everything on the fly, uh, in a chaotic situation with two of your starters out?
Uh, it's the same routine. Get out there. Pick up the protection the right way. Bryce make the call, Cade take charge. Just got to go out there and just hopefully make the right call.
Thanks, Damon.
We'll go with Joe Person, followed by David Newton.
Hey, Damien, thanks for jumping on here. Yeah, kind of a similar question, but like these are your guys. I know. I mean, when did you think it might be bad? And like, what were the text exchange like this morning when y'all started hearing about the MRIs?
Uh, Man, like I just said, these two important guys we done lost, but I'm still learning information right now. I know Rob. We talked last night, test him this morning. He's still getting tests, and Corp. I hit him up this morning, and I'm just trying to see what's going on. From here. So, but like I say, losing those two guys, it was big. But next man up, I'm confident in Cade and Chan to get out there and step in and help the team.
What would you say to people that are like, man, this couldn't come at a worse time? You guys are 0 and 2 coming home. The fan base, I think, is a little restless. And now, adding these injuries to the insult, so to speak.
I tell them don't give up. Don't count us out. We everybody in the league, we coachable. It's the next man up, and it's gonna be a normal routine. The guys practice, they work their tail off, and they gonna show up on game day. So I tell people just don't give up, don't count us out.
Thanks, Damien.
Hey, Damien, David Newton, ESPN.com. What are the challenges facing this Atlanta team that really looked impressive pressure in the quarterback this past week or yesterday against Minnesota? I think 6 sacks. They haven't been very good at rushing the quarterback over the last few years. What are you seeing differently?
I got to go watch the film. I watch a little bit. I watched the game from yesterday. They look real good. They interior guy, a little twitchy. They coming off the rock. They got a new defensive coordinator. I just got to go back and watch the film, study those guys up and see what they got.
And the blitz really caused you guys problems early in the game yesterday. What exactly was happening out there that was causing the confusion?
Yeah, we just got to pick up, communicate a little better, help Brightside pick up, some of this stuff, but start fast, early.
Mhm. Was there ever a point in the huddle where you sensed frustration from him over that?
No, he like real calm. Bryce like real calm out there. He looking forward to the next play.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Alex Zitlow.
Hey, Damien, I wanted to ask specifically about that communication that you referenced. Did the communication get better as the game went on? Because y'all seemed to pick up the blitzes better in the second half. Was that like, did the communication get rectified?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, we just had to talk, communicate a little better, just to see what they were doing. And like I say, just, like tone in on them, calm down, and just play our ball, what we used to playing. So everything gonna fall from there.
What exactly was the roadblock in communication? Because obviously y'all have played together for 2 years now. Obviously Austin got hurt at the end of last year, but what was the roadblock in communication specifically?
It wasn't nothing just crazy. It just, that was a great team. We were playing Arizona. It was a great team. I give my hats to them. They showed us a lot of blitzes, and we just had to make some quick adjustment, and we got to it.
And then last one for me, obviously the game score impacted the kind of plays that y'all had to call. I think, according to my count, I think the last 33 of the last 34 snaps were passing plays. How does that impact an offensive line? Because obviously offensive linemen would prefer to like to run block. So how does when you hear that stat, how does that, how do you absorb that?
It was tough, but this is what we practice for. We practice passing and, just, keep going. Coach talk about, just keep on driving, stamina, down the field, chasing the ball. So, we practice for it.
Got it. Thanks, man.
All right, that seems to be all. Thank you so much for your time today, Damien.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.